The whole point of our need and desire to do the work on the most important project that we have, and that's ourselves, is not rooted in being uh, flawed or rooted in belief that something is wrong with you, but just in knowing that most of the people were brainwashed till their age of 7. So, any area in your life that is maybe stuck or blocked, it's not your fault. It's not that you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not capable, you're not worthy. The root of that block is just that you've been brainwashed, that you are not able or you're not capable to do what's necessary in order to live the desired outcome. I speak from my knowing because I had all kinds of blockages, limited beliefs, traumas, fears, all that comes from an unwanted place of living life, and that unwanted place of living life is primal state of being. As I said many times, in primal state of being, you are literally like, I don't know, robot or plant. You're alive, but you're not fully enjoying life, and that doesn't have anything to do with your degree, with your uh, material possessions. So that's just a reflection of the inside world. But when you step into the place of power, first you realize that uh, you came here with everything that you need. So, one of the things that we were also brainwashed is that we must have or we are worthy only if we are with someone. So, putting relationships on pedestal is also one of wrong beliefs. I have nothing against good quality time, good quality personal relationships, but if you come in a relationship from a place of need and thinking that someone else will complete you, you will end up miserable and you will be one of those people who is cheating, who is always searching a new high, because you will realize that there is zero, literally none, nobody who can complete you until you do the work alone. What's interesting is that when you're capable to be complete by your own, and that comes only from being at ease in solitude, that comes only from being okay to be lonely, because lonely and alone can open your eyes and give you literally all those depths and all those highs that you searched in other. Uh, and you become one of those who comes from a place of complete feeling, uh, while the others are entering in the relationships and going through life from a feeling of need for the completion from the external world. And it's interesting how everything is very simple, but people are usually running away from first solitude, because there are no many people who are comfortable with being alone. As I said, without doing the inner work, all the demons and all those stuff from your past or whatever it is that wasn't so pleasant, and everybody has history of unpleasant and traumatic events because that's the nature of life. And even those things, in my personal belief, are meant to serve us because no one grows from a place of comfort. We all grow from a place of, uh, let's say, wound. Even the Rumi poet said that wound is the place where the light that you need enters. So, as I said, because we are all brainwashed in many ways through our subconscious, first find what's your block, where you're stuck, and then literally release that beliefs and brainwash yourself to have the most powerful thing and tool, and that's this between your ears to serve you. So when you come to a place that your mind serves you, you're literally unstoppable. And everything that was a struggle before, everything that you had to hustle and grind and push through, literally comes at your door. Literally. Because you become so magnetic in your own unique frequency. We all have, as our heart beats, our own unique frequency. So, Christ consciousness is literally that. When you become free of all the things that outer world wants to impress on you, in order for you to feel like you are less than. I remember when I stopped dyeing my hair. It's funny. It's literally, I don't know, example, small example, but many of the people that are close to me were like, "Yeah, you will look much older." Bro, I have years how much I have. So, and I never, even though I was always, let's say, sweet kid, but I'm not always sweet. As every human being, I have dark side. What I used to do for so long is to be ashamed of my dark sides and to feel resistance and guilt whenever a dark side would show up and speak for itself. I thought that I'm a bad person because I allow my dark side. My my light moments are really bright and light, but my dark moments are also very dark and very deep down. But that's what we should do. The reason many people get sick and stuck and blocked, and no matter what it is because they're suppressing uh, that they feel will, I don't know, cost them some friends, some relationships, family connections, or whatever it is. I am that I am, and I will, like a baby, show all my flaws, show my dark side, because people who don't accept you at your low don't deserve you at your high. Um, and one of the very wise people said that whenever that feeling of guilt or shame because of your dark sides wants to come and bother you in every way, you should just mentally say Thank you, God, for making me just as I am. Because there's a reason why you have dark and light side. We are dual beings and we need both. Because when you imagine, let's say that you are always feeling awesome. First, that's impossible. Second, it would become boring because without contrast, um, you can't fully enjoy in pleasant things. So we need dark, we need light. I will for sure enjoy more when sunny days come again than if they were every day. Okay, there are people who are living uh, where the most of the time is pleasant, but I like these changing seasons because nothing is mirroring us and how it should be, and nothing lasts and was here and will be here after us as nature, and nature teaches you. For example, you have now trees. I have my favorite tree, and almost all its leaves are gone. So what does that mean? That the my favorite tree is dead? No, my favorite tree is only resting, repairing, and preparing for renewal. See yourself always as a tree. It stands strong, it stands firm. Why? Because it's flexible when the wind is blowing. If tree and branches weren't flexible, uh, first stronger wind would literally swipe off all the branches. But flexible tree moves, branches move. And what's the point of strength? Your strong roots. Be like tree. Work on your roots. For us people, roots are in here. Train yourself to be completely independent of good or bad opinions of others, because you and I are neither superior or inferior to others. We are just here on this journey dealing with our own things, tripping that were too important, and so I don't know. Of course, every soul is important, but not in that egoistic way. Because think about it. Let's say this morning, who is thinking about you? Who is thinking about you? If you're not thinking about you, who cares? Even your closest family members, everyone is dealing with their own teeth. So it's your job to see yourself, yes, unique, as a unique expression of God, but not in egoistic way. Me. The world revolves around me. Everyone is just spiraling around their own challenges, their own soul lessons, and that's how it is, how was, and how will always be. So it's like some game, it's like some story. I love to see every person as a unique book, because literally everybody's lives is unique story, and the quality of that story and of that book first is based on how that specific person is interested and willing to find out a little bit more beyond what's visible to the eye. So it's a completely new world. It's a completely new. I watched yesterday some crazy mansion. I think it's worth 500 million. It's somewhere in Canada. I don't know, but literally, I if I died yesterday, I couldn't believe that something things like that even exist. Because the craziest part was when that guy, he's a famous, he always do that tours. The craziest part was when they went to the basement where are all those stuff for keeping that huge place warm. Do you know how many they spend? I don't know how that's called, but one of the resources for heating the house, 1 ton a day. Imagine that madness. So what was the point? Yes, and what was aside all of that? I mean, I had till 5 years ago completely completely limited beliefs about abundance, about what I'm worthy of. I thought that I wasn't worthy of happiness, I wasn't worthy of love, I wasn't worthy of, because deep down I had fear of life. And what is that? That's rooted in belief that you will not be capable to face the challenges that a life is putting in front of you. And that's also a big misunderstanding, because when you're present, no matter what challenge pops up, literally infinite intelligence will give you people, places, resources to help you. Because if you weren't important for this life, for this journey, trust me, you wouldn't be here. But because you are, you will always, no matter the challenge, have what is needed to overcome it. And that brings us to the most important part, and that is faith. That is what's beyond all blockages, beliefs, and so on and so forth. Faith. Faith in you, faith in life, faith in, and knowing that everything is always working out the best possible way for you, even if it might not look like it now. So, what was fascinating to me in that house is that through all the space everywhere, uh, what's repetitive is the flower of life and the eternal fire, and many other symbols that are pointing to the importance of how powerful is being connected and aware of source of all wisdom and knowing and power that comes from the spiritual realms and from what's unknown. Because wanting to go through life only with the knowing from the material and physical world, first, it's not too interesting. Second, it's more complicated than when you invest in knowing how flow of spiritual and material world can literally give you freedom and bliss, even if you would spend the rest of your life sitting on a bench, like one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Eckhart Tolle, did for, I don't know, some years. So what that means? That means completion is here. If you're whole, complete, no matter where you are, you're good. You're good. And if you're not, no matter what you have and no matter what you are, where you are miserable, and you will make all other people around you miserable. And that's why we have many companies where everyone is miserable, because it's like some disease. from one person to another, and everybody is putting blame, shame, this or that. Da 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 da. It's never like that. I think there's a great Chinese proverb that says, he who blames others is lost. He who blames himself is halfway there. He who blames no one has arrived. So let that sink a little bit and ask yourself where you are. Are you still blaming others or yourself, or you completely aware came to realization that first we're all one, second everyone is doing their best from their level of awareness, and the third, the most important point is all is well, you're safe. Find the strength and the courage to forgive from the bottom of your heart, even those who hurt you the most. By not being able to forgive, you are only putting unnecessary burden and weight on your soul, and guess what? They don't care. They don't even know that you exist. Many people stay trapped for years in that cycle of wanting revenge, wanting karma, wanting. No, 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 no. You did your part, you forgive, and let the source do what's necessary to do. Because if you were good and you did your best, no matter what it is and who it is, you're good. You owe nothing to nobody. First thing you must do is cut off everything and everyone who is costing you what's most important, that's your peace. I am ruthless when my peace is on table. Be ruthless when it comes to your boundaries. When people start telling you you've changed, that just means that they feel sorry and want old version of you back, the version that they could manipulate with. Never feel sorry for putting yourself first. If you don't do it, trust me, you will spend the rest of your life miserable. It's a skill to be able to, without regret, guilt, or shame, put yourself first. So I read somewhere that she said, it's a great book. She said, if you must make decision and you're always making decisions, whether or not you are going to disappoint yourself or everyone else that comes to your pet, your job in this life is to disappoint whatever and whoever is necessary in order to not abandon or disappoint yourself. Never feel guilt or shame because you're putting yourself first. Through years of life, many of us are guilty for that because we, as a children, had to tune our energies and our being that's conditioned also through energies and being those who were our caretakers, and that becomes like kind of program. But this life is nothing more than simulation, and this life is literally like choosing the channel that you want to watch on your TV. If you are not satisfied with the story and the movie that's now playing, literally see yourself like you're with the remote choosing the other story and the other movie. Yes, others are there, and great part is that you're the director. You're, as I want to compare, orchestra conductor, and others and your thoughts and everything is just something that you have complete control and power over. Uh, if you're at the beginning, it's okay to feel low because you are not where you wish to be, but with time and with repetition, it will become natural and you will literally be able to spot immediately what wants to put you in a resistance and go back uh, where it's more pleasant to be. Also, when you feel like you need day, month, or I don't know how much time is necessary, especially people who went to any kind of abuse, trauma, I don't know what not. uh, Grief needs time. Allow yourself to grieve because many times at play are years of lost life, literally. Many times it's pain that must be given time to grieve. Never push nothing under the carpet because uh, the greatest obstacle for you is not being capable to fully express yourself. Always express yourself, be like little babies. Everyone in neighborhood hears when they're hungry or wet, and also everyone hears when they're happy. So know thyself, know thyself, know thyself, and in this crazy world full of confusion, your greatest power and your greatest gift and the path that you should follow is your authenticity. The more others have something against it, the more you should embrace it. Your greatest, biggest power is your authenticity. Authenticity and your frequency are your currency. What's frequency? Frequency is what you're frequently visiting. So, emotional scale. Emotional scale. Always do the check. Always do the check. Whenever I slip in resistance, I just bring back that feeling of being powerless in hospital, not able to do anything for myself. Always pray for good health. Always be grateful for your hands, for your eyes, for your legs, for a beautiful, powerful body that is doing what's necessary to be done for you. Always be grateful for the biggest challenges in your life because they're your greatest lessons. If you are now somewhere where you don't feel like you would and should be, also be grateful, because by being grateful for unwanted stuff you affirm that you are ready for something better. But resisting and being ungrateful and condemning and feeling sorry for yourself will only give you more of that. So that's how you become alchemists of life. That's how you turn negative to positive, by knowing that's the nature of duality. And by being grateful for seemingly negative, you open yourself for all the best and the fulfillment of all your heart's desires. Quick reminder, your desires are your destiny, no matter how crazy they seem to you now. What will bring you uh, fast to living them is not wondering how, but being open and receptive and doing your best every day, even uh, small steps, baby steps that will bring you closer to fulfillment of your desire. How is not part of your job. Let the God, universe, infinite intelligence, source do its job. Your job is just to show up and do your best possible in every given moment, here and now. Because if you stay in planning, you will die planning. What will push you? Complete understanding and acceptance of that. So you become more respectful with your time. You become more respectful what you tolerate. You become more respectful whom you allow in your space, in your energy. And what's interesting is the moment that you become more respectful to yourself, you gain respect and power and all those pleasant interactions from the outer world, because it's like, let's say, you have plug to infinite wealth and success and richness of this world. And let's imagine that whatever it is that you want is like a waterfall, and all you have to do is to step and allow that energy of everything that you want to wash over you. It's literally like that, how you plug in this simulation into wanted, not outcome, into state of being that you want to experience. And that's quantum jumping, and that's literally shift from here to there. Never ask how, do your best, show up every day, and let the magic do its work.